Hello everyone, welcome back to the Beginner's Guide to ADC/Hunter in SMITE. This is... I'm trying to pick Medusa here. This is Clash. Now, if you aren't particularly fond of... Apparently we're going with a major winter theme, so I'll match that. If you weren't fond of ADC in Clash, that wouldn't really surprise me. Because, as I stated in the previous episode, ADC in Conquest is a little bit bound by being essentially a simplified version of solo, and having the very specific goal of eliminating towers and building penetration and eliminating the enemy tanks. It's a bit formulaic building ADCs in, or building hunters in Conquest, and I would not particularly blame you if you found that particularly uninteresting. It's common enough. And again, I totally understand that particular point of view. But this mode, and pretty much every mode that isn't Conquest, to be completely honest, is actually a really great opportunity to really flex your wings as an ADC. And I chose Medusa for this specifically because she's a very flexible hunter that can be built a variety of ways and maintain efficiency and effectiveness. She is one of my favorite hunters. She's frequently built in a kind of a ability-focused way. She's built like a physical mage some of the time. I'll explain that in a future video. Get out of here. But overall, I personally prefer to put some emphasis on her auto attacks as well, because the snake shot, obviously. It's just how I personally prefer to play her. You can play her full ability and be very effective. It is absolutely... I need to come back over here. We have 3 on this side. But yes, it's mostly in other modes that you can really actually kind of spread your wings in terms of experimenting with hunter builds. Has he jumped? I can't tell if Anher's jumped yet, so I'm not actually going to risk that. I should have actually been shooting at Ra, to be completely honest. I wasted that opportunity. It shouldn't have bewared. Is that technically correct grammatically? I'll have to check that up. I'm not sure. What is a past tense beware? There we go. No, he's out of range. That's unfortunate, but what can you do about it, really? So I'm building Transcendence because, again, I do like to emphasize those auto attacks. It was a nice try there, guy. I whiffed that? Alright. We're going to back out of this because I don't want to be stunned by Osiris with this little health. And since I have no mana, I'm going to get out of here anyways. Build stage 2, Transcendence here, save up the rest of my cash money. Even though I like to emphasize auto attacks to some extent, you will find me building some items that contribute to abilities. For example, the Bluestone Pendant works really well with the Snake Shot. As an example. Okay, that did work. I was wondering if the minion was going to die before I was able to pull that off, or not. I'm just glad it did not die. Okay, Scylla has that, that's fine. As long as either Scylla or I gets that, that's fine. Now, the reason why Medusa is also a particularly effective choice in Clash is she has much better team damage than a lot of other hunters do. She can actually bust out not only her impressive ult, which has a very extremely useful range and a useful effect, but she's got the Acid Spit, which, while a bit short range in terms of actual initiation, is fairly useful in a group fight or for wave clear. So she has a lot of potential, pardon me, she has a lot of potential that a lot of other hunters don't really have in team fights. It was a cute try there, Osiris. I think it's a little late for that. Also, somebody's got to stay over here and defend this lane, honestly. Oh, I walked right into that one. That one, too. We're good. Yeah, I gotta go because Osiris is gonna hunt me down. I might as well go the rest of the way. Besides, I actually have enough for Transcendence, so this is actually an excellent time to come back. Oops. Let me double tap that I button. Alright. They picked that up, that's fine. My next move is going to be Soul Eater, so I can also heal off of my abilities. Hello, I wasn't expecting you here. I'll just chill here, I guess. You're insane. I'm also building stacks. Are you really? You are not building stacks. You're lying to my face. Deliberate, blatant lies. Oh, I was going to push up for that wave, but clearly that's not going to happen right now. Alright. Now, I actually haven't spoken about your goals as an ADC in Clash. You do, to some extent, still have the same goal of taking out the enemy tank and the tower, but in Clash more than in Conquest, you are actually a significant damage dealer for the team, and you actually will just be looking for whatever kills you can get. While you should be prioritizing the enemy tanks to some extent, because that is kind of your job, it's a bit more okay to ignore them in favor of slapping down someone that does some damage if it's going to save an ally or otherwise make a significant impact on the fight. He turned around in time, huh? I'm impressed. I didn't think he was going to be able to. Oh, that was a good obelisk. Really well timed, completely by accident. I don't think he's going to die from that. No, I didn't think so. It was close. Oh, she's going in for it, huh? Alright. What the heck are you doing? That's a shame. I was hoping that would hit him. No, she's not going to get to heal because I used my dash, but unfortunately she still killed me. The problem right now is we're not going in together as a team. That's the issue right at this moment. I'll probably want the Crusher. Then I'm going to need some serious penetration. I might go for dominance. I'm not really sure if I'll go for dominance or Titan's Bane. Dominance would probably be better. Titan's Bane with Soul Eater would overcap. That was a speedy dodge on my part. I'm surprised I was able to react to that in time. Not that one, though. Good hit, good hit. That's just free poke that they just gave me. Alright. Ah, shoot. What's blocking my mouse? Oh, this. Okay. That was a mistake on my part. I was way too aggressive with that. I should have been when I used my ult, I should have been closer before using that, honestly. I should have dashed first, ulted, then continued on with the assault. Oh, well. Oh, she almost had that. Oh, no, he's too fast for that. For just a straight-up ult like that. His movement speed is quite high because of his passive ability. We have a whole problem going on over here, don't we? Yeah, this is actually a good opportunity. I'm here. Don't worry about it. Look, I'm trying. I wasted that. Should have waited. Oh, here comes... I'm dead. Yeah. That was a good flank by the King Arthur. At least I was able to pick up Cleodna. But this is a terrible fight for us. Mostly because we're a little behind. That's essentially what it comes down to. My next move is definitely going to be the Crusher, and then I'm going to want to start building some serious penetration. I'm still leaning towards dominance. She is actually building stacks. I need to go over here, protect this. Is he going to push this? He's insane if he does. He's insane. No, I know Cleodna's going to try to kill me. It was more of a scare-off ult. If he'd been petrified, I would have gone for it, but he turned it in time. Mostly they do, but it was worth a shot. This should finish off my Transcendence stacks, which is all I really need. There we go. I mean, the Soul Eater stacks I'm just going to passively get, so... Ah, that rock I did not think would block that. Okay, we need to head left. It's too late. Ah, at least I was able to contribute to some extent to the death of King Arthur, but still not an ideal result. She's dead. The problem right now, besides just the, besides the same issue of not grouping up like we're supposed to be, I'm surprised she killed him. Anyways, back to the point. Not only that, but we're a little under-leveled. I'm on par with Anhur, which is fine, but our Cleodna is 3 levels down. Our warrior is 2 levels down. I guess I would compare Aphrodite to one of the tanks, I guess, because she heals, so she's kind of a support type. That's not a huge deal. Nope, he's dead. I was not going to let him escape. I wasn't sure if he had his ult up. Probably not, but I wasn't going to take that chance. I should not have killed those. Aphrodite needs those. I do apologize. I completely forgot. We need to go save Scylla. I'm surprised she hit that. Excellent. Okay, what's the situation here? No, it's too late for me. Alright. Ah, not quite enough damage output yet. Alright, now I'm going to need my dominance. I'll probably grab Shifter's Shield for a little bit of defense boost when I'm in low health or in an otherwise unfortunate situation. And then I'll go ahead and build up to Corrupted Bluestones, which will give me some power, attack speed, some physical damage on my abilities, increased protections for when I am in danger. It'll work out really well. Just give me a slight boost in tankiness. Also, the Shifter's Shield physical defense boost will really help against all of this. I suppose if I were really dedicated, well, I don't necessarily need dominance. I could go Berserker's Shield just as easily and have quite a nice time with that. Oh, wait, no, you can't build Berserker's Shield on hunters anymore. I forgot. Whoa! I was a little too slow on the kill there. Yeah, you can't build that anymore. That's unfortunate. Alright, yeah, we'll just go with the original plan then. Unless... No. No, Chin size wouldn't help me as much as, dominance would. Alright. Let's see what's popping here. That was a good fight for us, eh? Hello. No. What do you have that hits so hard? Everything. Alright. They should be able to take that left tower by themselves. They don't need me for that. I want to see if I can take this right one. Don't have quite as much penetration as I'd like for this particular point in time, but the healing is appreciated. We don't have enough to continue on with this. Besides, I want to finish dominance so I actually get the penetration I need. Cyrus backed off, which is smart. And then we'll save up for shifters. Since she's not really building heavy amounts of penetration. Actually, almost nobody on their team is. He's got 10%. Ra has 10% here. Yeah, they're not building too much in the way of penetration, so Shifter's Shield will actually probably do me a lot more good than I think a lot of people would initially suspect. That was kind of a waste of my ult, to be completely honest.
Double kill. Exceptional. One less opponent.
Nah, you're not as strong as you thought you were, King Arthur.
Eliminated.
I'm not sure I can catch up to him in time. Oh, if I'd hit just one of those autos, he'd be dead. Those were some good jukes. Although I also shot like a noob.
On my way. An enemy has been slain.
I don't want to be tanking this, thank you. Minis will be coming up soon, I can heal off of them. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and take their damage camp while I'm over here, actually. No, I guess I'm not. Well, I took the smalls at the very least. Snatch. Yoink. Oh. I feel like I'm going to be needed here. Hi, how you doing? If I had just used my ult a little earlier, I probably would have survived that. But this is what I need right now. Okay. Definitely one of my more unusual builds, but I do build Medusa a little bit oddly, and I did want to show you that you can do some pretty weird things with hunters in non-conquest modes, and do pretty well. I'm doing okay at the moment, I'm not doing fantastically. Let's see what Anhur is building. He's building a more classic crit build, which is understandable. Problem is, Cleona went in by herself. She should not have gone in by herself. And still just stood there. Interesting. Now Scylla's by herself. For some unholy reason. She's about to get slapped. She got Ra, but she's gonna die for it. Ra wasn't worth it. She's worth more than Ra is. Yeah, we're not grouping up at all. It's kind of ridiculous. Why are we attacking this? Yeah, this is a bad idea. I don't even know why we're doing that in the first place. Don't even try it, son. Ah, nice. This King Arthur is absolute weak sauce. I don't know why he thinks he can fight me. Oh, wow. Very nice. Can we kill on her? No, he's absolutely 100% bailing out of here. Interesting. Alright. This is our opportunity. Like I said, you can build a whole bunch of interesting and weird ways in Clash if you really want to, and you can get away with it pretty consistently. Give me that damage buff. See how tough you are now, Cyrus. Goodbye. There is no escaping Medusa. Oh, pardon me. What? Now where are you at? Oh, there you are. Ah, that was a good play. King Arthur, we've had this conversation. I didn't use my ult? Wait a minute. My ult got cancelled somehow. I'm not really sure what happened there. Interesting. Well, it doesn't make a huge difference. I have my bluestone brooch. How's Anhur doing? He's doing about the same. He's got 1 less kill, 2 less deaths, same amount of assists. He's doing a little better than me. Dominance, which is a good move. Definitely a smart move there. Now, overall, he's got a great, pretty classic crit build. You see this a lot. The Crusher is a little bit distinct to him. I don't see that very often with, pardon me, with crit builds, especially with Anhur. It's a little bit of an interesting choice on him. It's working out for him, but definitely an interesting choice there. Not what I personally would have chosen on him. I would have chosen something... I didn't need 12 of those. I would have chosen something a little bit more... I would have chosen actually more crits, personally. I would have maybe gone for... maybe Poison Star. Or possibly Rage. Rage is very effective on him. I'm just not... Well, the Crusher isn't bad. It's just not something I would personally build on him. Definitely an interesting choice. You just wasted your ult. I can't seem to hit them right now. But that's okay. Why are you ulting? That makes no sense. Also, we have no idea where the enemy is. She's way too aggressive on this. I do want to wait for Kukulane. I don't think attacking at this point in time is particularly a good idea. Okay, there's the enemy. Cleodna. There's Anhur. Still is going back for some unholy reason. That's about to come up. So I want to be a little bit careful with that. This is not the time to be fighting for that, by the way. Kukulane. Get some nice poke there. Interesting. They really dedicated themselves to that. Nice shot. Excellent. Okay, she actually got some really successful ults off on that. We can clean this up right here, right now. Goodbye. Alright. Nope. Not today, Zerg. Ta-da! Alright, so the reason why I really didn't talk about the Hunter class, broadly speaking, in Clash is because you are kind of having the same goals. You'll notice I was really decimating Osiris and King Arthur in that particular situation, but I was also pretty aggressive going for some of the squisher people. I was more aggressive than I should be. This is a problem I consistently have when I'm playing ADC. I don't know why I have this problem, but I just want to emphasize that I built what would be considered a very unusual build for hunters. This is actually well, parts of this I pulled from what was hot in Season 6. Shifter's Shield was a really big item for hunters in Season 6. Some people still use it, like myself, those of us who like things a little tankier. But and almost everyone builds the Crusher, Soul Eater, and Transcendence on Medusa. I threw in Dominance. Not a whole lot of people use Dominance on Medusa, at least not that I've seen. When they play Medusa, they're usually going for the ability focus. They usually go for the full Bluestone, not the corrupted one, the Bluestone Brooch. And they'll usually go for Titan's Bane. I just prefer to play a little bit more emphasis on auto attacks. But this is just really, if you want to really enjoy a more varied Hunter game, don't play Conquest. Now, that's not to say that the ADC role isn't important in Conquest. It's vitally important. It is intended to take out the structures and take out the enemy front line. And that's a vitally important job, especially if you've been paying attention and watching the other beginner's guides. You'll know how pivotal the front line being good can be and the front line being alive can be. So an ADC has a very important job in Conquest. It just tends to be one of the more... Actually, I would have to say hands down, it's probably, in my opinion, the least exciting of the 5 roles. Yes, it can absolutely slap, but what with your end goals and the fairly heavy constraints on builds for the ADC in Conquest, again, you are looking to be taking out towers and tanks build tankier. It sounds silly, but front lines build tankier in Conquest than they do here in Clash, most of the time. I have seen a lot of people build very heavy tank. You'll actually notice right here, King Arthur and Osiris, they build hybrid, right? King Arthur's first 3 items actually did not provide any form of protections at all. He had some boosted health from Blackthorn, but that's about it. It's not until his 4th item that he actually began building protections, and it's a hybrid in the first place. Then another hybrid in Ansley, and then he was going to build his first pure his first pure protection item of the game as his last item. It's not too different with Osiris. Hybrid in the axe, hybrid in the shield, actual pure defense in Stone of Gaia, Mystical Mail. Whether you consider this pure defense or hybrid is entirely up to your perspective. I consider this hybrid pure damage, pure defense. They weren't building full tank. Very few people do in Clash. This is actually the reason why I was able to get away with less penetration than I would in a Conquest game. You'll notice I only had 20% physical penetration for my abilities. I had 35% for my auto attacks and a flat 15. My auto attacks had very high penetration, but my abilities really didn't. And that's fine. But you can often get away, and again, this requires some monitoring of the enemy's builds when you go into a game. Don't just assume that because it's unusual for people to build full tank in Clash doesn't necessarily mean they won't ever. I often build full tank in Clash because I'm paranoid. Don't copy me, kids. But you can usually get away with a little less penetration as a hunter, and that frees you up for a little bit more variety in your build. And again, Shifter Shield, absolutely fantastic time, right? So if you play, or if you tried ADC in Conquest and really didn't like it, play a hunter in Clash, play a hunter in Joust, play a hunter in Arena, for Pete's sakes. It's a much more interesting time because you have a lot more leeway in where and how you build, especially with Arena where it doesn't have towers at all. I often just build Executioner as my form of penetration and just leave it at that when I play a hunter in Arena. I'll talk about that when I get to Arena specifically, but as an example, you don't need penetration or classic penetration at all. You can just build Executioner in Arena and just be on your jolly way. But the fewer towers that are present in a map, the freer you can be with your build, because the less penetration you'll probably need. Obviously, you'll still need some to deal with the enemy front line, but as with the case with Arena, you can just build Executioner for that, and you can just have a magical time there. So, I hope that this really clarifies both the pros and cons of playing a hunter in various game modes. Now again, just to recap finally at the very end here, I didn't talk about the role in its specifics because it's not really functionally any different from Conquest. You're still achieving the same goals of eliminating towers, phoenixes, and the enemy front line. Just that you don't need, you often, let me put that modifier on it, you often don't need as much penetration in Clash as you do in Conquest, so you can build a bit more flexibly than you normally would, right? So I hope this really gives you some ideas for how to approach your ADC. Don't be afraid of the role, even if you find it boring in Conquest. That doesn't necessarily mean it's boring in all the other modes. And yeah, thank you all very much for joining me. If you liked this, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, please ignore me. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, suggestions, or requests, please leave them down in the comment section below. Thank you all very much for joining me, and have a great 24 hours.